Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Live Boldly with Sara. This is going to be a fun one because we're going to talk about giving gifts. It is that season where we are all freaking out over what to give someone. First of all, let's pull it back just for a moment and say, can we please make the season of giving a 12-month thing, but not make it about just material items? Let's give every single day a little bit more kindness, respect, non-judgment, helping other people. And perhaps if that's you that needs some help, allowing yourself to actually receive the help from others. I think giving connection, right, and receiving that is one of the best gifts that we can put out there, especially in a world where AI and technology is so big. Staying human-centric is more important than ever. So let's give ourselves the gift of that. Okay, let's dive in just a little bit though. And I want to share some different ideas that I think will help all of you. I love giving gifts, and I've always been a gift giver, but I haven't been about like the material items so much as I have been. Well, okay, I'll admit, when my kids were little, it was all about the primo, Lego Star Wars edition that they wanted, or that Harry Potter book. Or, I mean, it's funny because last night my dad and I were putting up the Christmas tree, and I pulled out a book that I have that literally I haven't looked at forever, and it's Christmas the years in past, right? Like every single year, I would write down what we did, what I got the kids, what our experience was like that Christmas. I kept all of the letters from Santa, all of the letters to Santa, and my dad and I were laughing hysterically about, well, what my kids wanted. And then also how deep that I went into that spirit, into the season with them. From, I mean, like literally leaving reindeer dust out for the reindeer to be able to see the driveway so that Santa could come in, all the way to just what Santa wrote to them after he ate his cookies. Anyhow, it's just so much fun. I love the season. I think there's just so many great traditions that we can create. And as our kids get older, we create different traditions. And I want to share some of those with all of you. And so let's dive in just for a second and state that the season, it doesn't have to be all about the material items. In fact, it shouldn't be all about the material items. That's the one thing that I definitely have reflected on throughout my years of being a mom. I mean, I've been a mom for 33 years, for goodness sakes. When my kids were little and I made different items for the teachers, I always made sure that there was some sort of a reason behind it. So when 9/11 hit, I watched an episode of, I think it was Good Morning America, where they were making a pie. They wanted to make a pie for Thanksgiving dinner for everyone at 9/11. I'm going to go somewhere with this. For those people that were actually working over Thanksgiving on 9/11 and cleaning everything up. And Emeril Lagasse held a pie contest about who was going to make the best pie. And then that pie was going to be made for all of the people working down at 9/11. Well, there was this pie. It was a caramel apple pecan pie that won, and from Carmel, Indiana, go figure. So I took that recipe and I made every single person, every teacher, literally across the board, every teacher, every principal, the janitor, everyone in the school that my son, where he went to school, I made everybody that pie. And then I explained the story behind the pie, of why that pie was so important and how it takes all of us together, right? From the janitor to the teachers, to the art teacher, to the principal, to the counselor, everyone, to create this environment for our kids. And it takes just like a pie, right? Like you don't put something in. You need the apples, you need the caramel, you need the pecans, you need the flour, the cinnamon, all of it, the crust, to make this amazing pie. And so that was the story behind it. And I made those for everyone. And that ended up being their Christmas gift. Well, one of many things that I would give them. My point being with it is there needs to be a thought behind the gift. And when there's a thought behind the gift, people will receive that gift and they won't forget it. We still talk about this pie that I started making all the way back during 9/11. I make that pie every single Thanksgiving. My kids expect that pie. They want that pie, everything. And I made it again this year. And the point being is People will remember, yes, many times what you say, but they're going to remember more often than not how you made them feel. And it's about that connection, that authentic, human centric connection that you are creating between you, the gift giver, and that person who is receiving the gift. They won't ever forget those gifts when you put the thought and the love behind it. So let's dive into this. The spirit of the season and some different ideas that you can use. One of the very most important things that you can do is pay attention to the people that you are giving your gift to. Pay attention what is important to them. When I started dating Joe, well, it was probably a few months into it. You know, we've been in this relationship for, a year ago, August is when we first reconnected after 32 years of not seeing each other. And he paid attention to the little things in my life that were important to me. I like a certain shampoo and conditioner, for example. And when I went to go stay at his place one time, I left my shampoo and conditioner at home, and I went in to take a shower one morning, and my shampoo and conditioner that I like to use was in the shower. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did he know that I like this shampoo and conditioner? And after my shower, I walked out and I'm like, Joe, I didn't know that you had the same shampoo and conditioner that I have. And he said, no, I don't. I paid attention when I was in your shower to what you use, and I purchased it so I could put it in my shower for you. I mean, come on. Like, what? Who does that? And my point being is, I remember in receiving that gift from him, because that was a gift, right? Like, no, it wasn't my birthday. It wasn't Christmas. It wasn't any certain holiday. And yet it was a gift for me of connection, of receiving, like, wow, you pay attention to the little things in my life that I like. And when you pay attention to that, it means that you care that much, because you want me to feel those little moments of happy and joy, right? And so those people that you are giving the gifts to, pay attention to what's important to them. What are the little things that they love? If it is a certain candy, if it is a certain drink, if it is like, where do they like to get their nails done? What kind of shoes do they like? Like, if they love Nike shoes, give them a gift of creating their own Nike shoes and help them to create the gift. Like, you know, behind that computer, when they want to make those shoes, sit with them and ask them, talk to them about, how do we want to design these shoes for you? It's those little things that make that person on the other end feel so special. And who doesn't want to feel special, even more special in this world today? So that's my first thing. Pay attention to what that person that you're giving the gift to, what do they love? And like, what really brings them joy? And give them more of that. The second thing is, give them experiences, not always things. Now, this is something that I have really been good at, I'm going to state, since my boys got older, because we don't need more stuff. I mean, when we moved across the street, when we sold our house and we sold literally like 95% of our stuff, I mean, we live in a small space. They don't need more crap. So one of the things that I have done with them is given the gift of experiences of like, okay, guys, this year we're all going to do this together. Or last year, I gave them, each of them, well, this was good. I gave each of them some amount of money. Not going to tell how much, because it doesn't matter. I gave them some money to each one of them. And I said, you get this money to invest in yourself for the future. So I want you to learn the experience of investing so that you have money down the road. Start creating that foundation. I mean, my oldest, he's fine, but I wanted, of course, like, it doesn't matter. Like, he's, you know, even though he's doing fine, I wanted him to have a part of this experience with his brothers. And so I said, you get this money if you, or when you have set up a meeting with the financial planner, here's the phone number, and the three of you sit together and understand, let him explain to you how to do financial planning, right? Like, how do you create that foundation of a financial future for yourself? And once you set up that meeting with them, and once the three of you start to set up your account, build it upon, then you're going to get the funds. You don't get the funds until you set up that meeting and you start the path of financial investing. And then I gave them a bunch of books and I said, here are some great books that I think will help you. Read these books and create that knowledge for yourself, the wisdom of what to do down the road when it comes to, you know, your own finances, because ultimately I want them to have a foundation, right? And I want them to learn how to invest money and how to not just spend in a world where everybody spends. And, and I think that was a pretty dang good idea, I have to say. The other thing that I do with them every year is in the gift of the experience, I write them a letter. And I write this letter to them prior to Christmas, not too much time before. They know they're going to get it. In my letter, I give them what were my lessons from the year, what were my quote failures that I learned from that year, what were my accomplishments from that year, what did I witness within their accomplishments that year as their mom, like what am I proud of most with them, and what's my hope for them for that coming year. And so the reason I do this is because I want to give them the gift of what I witnessed in their life that year, what my lessons were, and also what my hope is for them as their mom, what I saw, right? Because I think that so often our year goes so fast, and then we forget to actually reflect on it. And also as a parent, I think it's so important for us to continue to reflect with them and what we see as their parents, and also what our hope is for them for the future. And that alone is a big gift, my friends. So if you have that person in your life, that partner, doesn't have to be your kids. If you are looking to give a gift to your employee or to your mom or your dad or, somebody close to you, your own partner, write them a letter of what were your lessons? And what do you hope for them, right? And also, where did you see their growth? Where did you see those moments of those highs and those lows and just all of it? Don't just write it though on your computer. This is the other thing. If you can, write it, like actually write it, right? Like with a pen and a piece of paper, those old school things. Or if you need to type it out, then type it out, sign it, and also write something on it in your own handwriting. That's what I typically do because I'm going to state it, my handwriting sucks. So I typically type something up and I make it to all the boys. I write the same thing in much of it, and then I do some individualized things to each one of them. And I think they read them. I hope they read them. I know that they have read some of them. And also I keep them in a file on my computer so that someday if they do lose them, then they can come back to the file and they can read all of them. The last thing I'm going to say is to that person that you are giving those gifts to, this is the third thing, go back to the simple things. What are their values? What is important to them? What are their goals? And give to that. Help them to achieve what they want by giving the tools, whatever it is that they need to achieve what it is that they want. So if they're wanting to learn how to, I don't know, play the guitar, give them lessons on how to play. That's actually a really good one. Joe has a guitar. He wants to learn how to play the guitar. There you go. You give them lessons on how to play the guitar. Sorry, Joe, that's not going to be your gift. I already bought yours and you're going to love it because I know he listens to my podcast episodes. But really give to the person of what is most individualized to them, what's important to them, and make sure that it's in alignment with who they are, right? Not you. What's not in alignment with you? It's not about your goals. It's not about what you want. It's about what do they want in their life, and help them to achieve that by giving to that. When my mom passed away, my dad, this is crazy. My dad noticed that my mom never put up pictures of herself in the house. She had pictures of everyone else but herself. We never noticed it. I never noticed it until he made a comment about it. He's like, do you realize, like, I'm walking around the house and I'm seeing pictures of the grandkids and of me fishing and all these things. And yeah, there's like a family shot, but there's not just a picture of your mom. And so for Father's Day one year, I think it was Father's Day, maybe it was his birthday. I went into my pictures, my photos of my mom, and I printed off a whole bunch of pictures of just her. And I framed those and we sent them to my father. And we said, okay, you know what? Put these all over the house and let her be with you always. And so, what I'm going to say to you is, even if it's not in alignment with you, give to what's in alignment to the person that you're giving the gift to, because it's not about you, it's about them. Again, remember, people don't always remember what they say, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. So those are the three things that I'm going to really hope that help you in giving your gifts this year. Remember, it's about the connection. It's about staying human-centric. It's not always about the material items. In fact, I'm going to state to you, you can't take those material items with you. It's all about the connection and the relationship that you are creating through that gift. It's about that energetic piece, right? That we so often forget. So pay attention to what they want. What is it that they're wanting? What is it that they use? Go back to that story of the shampoo and the conditioner that, with Joe giving to me. Give them the experiences. It's not about the material items. It's about the experiences, not things, right? That's the second thing. And then the third thing is go back to what is important to that person in terms of their own values, their goals, and help give to that so that they can achieve what it is that they want in life. Because I think we need more of that. Like, we need more of the support and more of the giving to just being there for one another. And I'm going to go back to how I started this. Perhaps we can make the season of giving a year-long, never-ending thing where we are giving more kindness, we are spreading more hope, we are spreading more joy, more resilience, more help with creating a world filled with connection, because we are more alike than we are different. And we learn that when we actually also can acknowledge our differences. Let's do more of that in the world. Wouldn't that be beautiful? What would the world look like 1 year from now if we started to navigate in that way? It'd be a pretty cool place. So if this resonated with you, give me a gift, please, of helping to reach more people. And please share this out into the world with your loved ones, with your friends, with those people that you are connected to. And then also, if you put it in your social media, tag me so I can reshare. Go and subscribe, rate, review the podcast. It is where all podcasts are launched. And if there's anything that you would like us to talk about, please reach out to me and I will do just that. Also, if you're looking for a speaker on resilience, problem solving, connection, leadership, team building, I would love to be that girl, because it is my jam space. It's what I love to do. And it's my passion, it's my purpose, and it's what I like to play in. So please message me and let's talk. And then also, if you're looking for a retreat, we do have 2 coming up next year in 2025. One is in the Grand Canyon as of right now, the end of June. There's an awful lot of stuff happening in that GC, so we're waiting to see on a few things. If that's interests you, message me though, Sara@SaraSchultencrans.com. Let's talk. And then we do have one with Florence Williams the end of July as well. It's in the San Juan Mountains. We've been running this one for a couple of years and it's been amazing, so we're bringing it back because they keep filling out. So if we're going to keep filling them up, we're going to keep offering them because they're amazing. Don't know what else to say. All right. So reach out, Sara@SaraSchultencrans.com. And I look forward to hearing how this season of giving went for you. So please message me, drop it in the comments. Let me know which one of these helped you. Talk to y'all soon, and happy holidays to everyone.